Hello everyone and welcome to chapter 12 lesson 6 create table with SubQuery. In the previous lessons we learned how to create a table using create table statement. Here we are going to learn how to create a table using a SubQuery. As we can see here, this is the syntax to create a table using SubQuery, create table, and this is the table name. And as optional here we can specify a column list as SubQuery. So here Oracle will create a table and insert all rows retained by the subquery into the table. The table is created with the specified column names. Optionally, you can specify here a column names. If you don't specify a columns here, the column names of the table are the same as the columns name in the subquery. The column names of the table, if you don't specify a column list here, will be as the same as the columns in the select statement specified here. The column definition can contain only the column name and the default value. Here, if you specify a column list, you can specify only column name and default value. You cannot specify, for example, data types, because the column data types of the table here determined by the subquery of the create statement. Match the number of specified columns to the number of subquery columns. If you specified here a column list, the column list here must match the columns selected by the subquery. The column data type definitions and only the not null constraints are passed to the new table. Primary keys, unique keys, foreign keys, for example, will not be passed to the new table. Let's have a look at this example. Here, create table, and this is the table EMP90 as select employee ID, last name, salary multiplied by 12, and we give it an alias here, _sal. Department ID from table employees, where department ID equal 90. Here Oracle will create a table called EMP90 and insert all records retained by this select statement into this table called EMP90. The columns definition of the table EMP90, because here we don't specify a column list, the columns definition here in this case will be the employee ID, the last name, and _sal, and also department _ID. The columns data types and the not null constraints also will be passed from the table employees to the new table EMP90. So if you create this table and you describe the table EMP90, as we can see, the table contains 4 columns: employee ID and last name, as we can see here, the third column which is _sal, and the last one which is department _ID. Only the not null constraints and the columns data types passed from the employees table to the new table EMP90. If you select from the table, select star from EMP90, as we can see, the table contains 3 records. So this is how to create a table using a select statement. The table will be created and populated from the select statement specified after the create statement. So in this lesson, we learned how to create a table with a subquery. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.